Check it out, guys. Welcome to the Cruz Show. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to try something different that I haven't seen anybody do. I'm always thinking outside the box. I love speaking, standing up. Whenever I'm on the phone in the office and I'm cold calling and I'm pitching, I'm always standing up. So I'm going to try with my podcast. So I hope you guys enjoy it, because for me, the bottom line is the message, that you receive the message, that you're growing, that we're learning together, we're growing together, that your sales are increasing. That's what it's all about for me. That's my reward. And here we go. First of all, I want to welcome you to the Cruz Show. I hope everyone's doing well. I have an incredible topic that I'm going to talk about today. I spoke about this once before, but I'm going to go into a little bit more details so that you can really grasp why this is important. And those of you who are watching this video on YouTube, smash the like button if you like it, share the video with others, and subscribe. All right, let's get into this. What I want to talk about in sales is, oh, by the way, before I start, I have some incredible training programs that I'm finishing right now. It's a 10 video program. It has to do with sales, from the opening of the sale to the closing of the sales and everything in between, from sales technique to sales strategy to why you ask certain questions, the right mindset, the art of calling, the art of closing, the art of storytelling, everything that's going to allow you to grow as a salesman and as a closer. There's nothing out there like that. I promise you that. So what I want to talk about today is what I call the 3 V's of sales and business, and even your personal life. You want to think about it. Okay. Now, you have to understand that, excuse me, there's always a certain value in everything that we do, everything that we buy, everything that we see. There's always a value attached to it, right? And we as consumers, we determine what value we believe we're willing to pay for it, right? But the most important value that you should focus on is you being valuable to your customers, to your partners, to your vendors, to your family, to everyone you come in contact with. It's very important that you truly are valuable to them, that you're offering value to them, not for your own reward, but value for them. So let's get into the 3 V's in sales. The first V I call perceived value. Before I dig into it, it's going to give an example. For me personally, some of you know that I've been cold calling for 30 years, and I haven't stopped, and I will not stop. Matter of fact, this week has been an incredible week. But you have to understand, when I call somebody on the phone that I do not know, and they're not expecting me to call, I have but 3 seconds to have them see perceived value by the words I say and how I say it. That's all I have. And what they have is the most powerful tool, the telephone, where they can hang up on me. So you gotta have perceived value. You have to make sure in the initial stages, in the initial call, when you meet somebody, that your perception is reality, that you are valuable to them. There's a perceived value. You have to do that, especially in sales, because at the end, the product that we sell or that we offer is just the bridge between the seller and the buyer. But the buyer has to invest and buy into the person first that is offering them the product or services. Think about that. So you got to have a strong, real, perceived value, because by having perceived value, guess what happens? You start to set the tone to the relationship. You start to earn trust. And trust is hard to earn, but it's easy to lose. Does that make sense? Now, when you do it, you're going to transition into the perceived value. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where most deals go bad, or most deals are solidified. I call it peeling the onion, meaning you go into the story, you start to address their concerns, their questions. You have to determine whether that is a question or is it an objection. There's a difference between asking a question and giving you an objection. Big difference. So the second value is intrinsic value. That's what I call the body. That's what I call, when you start to have a dialogue, when you start to talk about your product and services and they give you a question and you understand the industry and you deal and you use techniques, you start to show what you're really all about. You have to make sure in the intrinsic value, in the body of it, that they know they have confidence in you. So you're valuable. And hopefully you start to increase the value to the customer, to your vendors, to your partners, to your friends, to your family. And that is called action. The actions of people will reveal if they're really valuable or not, whether the perception you had of them was legitimate or was it wrong. Does that make sense? So I want you to think about that. And especially in sales, when you do face-to-face or you do seminars, your body language says a lot. When you're on the phone, there's a lot of things you can hide. You could be doing kind of crazy stuff, but they won't know that because all they're focusing on is your voice and the emotions they're feeling and the picture that's being painted by your words. Does that make sense? Now, the third value is what I call real value. This is where the relationship is solidified. The buyer and the seller agree to do business. They're happy with the services. They're generating more revenue. They see that you solve their problem. You become their guy. They start to give you referrals. They start to come to you, even though you might be charging more than the next guy. But you build that relationship. That's a true win-win situation. So, I have a lot of salespeople that I met when I was in Vegas for 16 years. Everybody talking about, I got to get a deal. I got to put a number on the board. That's not what you focus on. You got to focus on the process to the sale. Increasing your value in every step. Because the more you do that, you have a compound effect. Now they want you. And they can't get the product without you. So the product becomes secondary, you become priority. However, you got to make sure it's about the customer, it's about them. And that's how you increase your value. Does that make sense? So I want you to think about that. You need to ask yourself, do you have the 3 V's? Which one are you weak on? Which one you need to work on? Because see, here's the thing is, you may think people perceive you a certain way, but you don't realize that they don't see you that way. That's why I've learned, be authentic, be real, be truthful, and people will sense it. They will know. That's the bottom line. So I want you to think about that, guys. So before we go, those of you who are on my YouTube channel, please subscribe. Smash the like button. Do share with others if you think this can help other people. And I do appreciate each and every one of you. I want to thank you for being part of the Paul Cruz Show. Till we speak again, I say goodbye. Have a very successful day. Thank you. Bye.